could come eat this to him, but I don't think he owns. Anyone doesn't want to shop if they inherited it.
So I'd rather be the one drinking the fire whiskey than pouring it.
Romeo says stupid I can manage just to tell us routine. I miss the old thing to go first. When I started last year, it was only the past. I so rarely see any of the Hogwarts professors about speech. Do you?
Perhaps they need reprieve from the students as much as the students do from them.
Goblins and wizards socializing together makes a nice change. We've got doctors and designs that makes everyone able to share the warmth and madness of the time. If it weren't for the cost of things these days, I'd be able to take a holiday somewhere. I can't imagine how models get by without magic. Almost makes me feel a bit guilty. graduated with a stick to boats and trains.
Working on not working.
Never trust a man who looks too smart. That's what my mum always said. Schools got dark filters these days that make elementary school look like you were in field school. Rebellion certainly meant to be a child of my home. Professor back when I was at school. We treated our house elf quite well. She had her own chambers. They were in the cellar, but you could still see, and they were her very own. When I need to replenish my herbology supplies, I go to Tony Tuesday at the Magic Music College. These are my own and dodgy and death cap. Let's find the King's Files. I still think the most charming thing about Hogsmeade is its distinct mix of models.
I never get a single letter to go to Azkaban because he refuses to talk.
students themselves are
Prepare
trying
to face the broken boxes of my favorite character.
When I was a student at Hogwarts, my favourite class was astronomy. Kept up to tell the mothers when
Not
the
that I
world
was
was
the
saying
most
that all the kids should push
and
their
then
maths.
especially when I couldn't get over with a holster.
I so rarely see a loser Hogwarts professor about village. Do you?
Perhaps they can make free visiting as much as students do the rest.
Do you know this lady's place taken to Highland at the moment? She insists that the stage is going to, but I should be keeping my distance, I can tell you that.
I don't think anyone at the ministry wants a day in the life.
That rivalry between Upper and Lower Hogsmeade is the silliest thing I've ever seen. They're both utterly dreadful. We've got dark wizards these days that make any of the evil
I think
look like
Professor
humor.
Weasley experimented today. She was very kind and strong. I'd imagine she was organising a spell trial for some of the new students.
Not a day goes by I don't wish I'd paid better attention in defence against the dark arts. The world needs talented aurors now more than ever. Don't know any students who get arriving on flying carrots to Hogwarts. After the Razzmatazz, I learned you got to stick to boats and trains.
Only a Harry Potter sport that can't keep anyone waiting.
It's no wonder I'm so exhausted all the time. After all, I was fine with you, and I basked in the glorious the
That's what the authorities are for, they say. Try finding one.
I'm used to catching up with monsters. Hasn't been anyone as bad as Barnabas Dudley in Hogsmeade, not one of those provincial hamlets. That rivalry between Upper and Lower Hogsmeade is the silliest thing I've ever seen. There's nothing to make things in handcuffs.
Stop there, Alice. Just put on a bit of weight. I don't think anyone at the ministry works a day in their life.
Did I see the two people from Gladrags looking smitten with Rosie? Anyone can run a shop if they inherited it. Wonder if Augustus knows his work is sweet on his daughter.
I'd rather scrape cauldrons than work with muggles.
If only I could invent a new potion, something that
Indispensable.
I'd be surprised with mine, but I told him to make sure. Have you seen this season's hats at Gladrags? Delightful colour. I think I might have to get one of each.
I wouldn't feel right asking an elf to pick up after me.
Not much of the dark arts that frightens me as long as I have me wand. Boggles the mind that hundreds of us have run at the wall of King's Cross to get the platform running through the one ride open the own probably Hogsmeade. Seems to notice. On second thought, I'd rather be the one drinking the fire whiskey than pouring it.
Listening to you lot go on about your children makes me grateful for my new well.
Season cats at Gladwell. Delightful colour. I think I might have to get one of each.
I'd rather scrape cauldrons than work with muggles.
If it weren't for the cost of things these days,
Good thing the ministry banned underage sorcery. Can't trust the young.
Morgan the Fair was an unearned
Holyjuice
reputation,
potion
if you
wants
ask
keeping
me.
away from today's young, I'd say.
I never get a single letter when she's away.
Can transfigure
because she
anything if I
refuses
put
to
my
part with
mind
them.
to it.
The Minister of Magic didn't get where he is by sitting on his hands.
I can almost always spot a student who's just come from history of magic. It's as though Professor B
there ever been a
screams the
vampire
life
worth
out of them with
knowing?
his droning monologues on goblin rebellions.
I do wish Pippin would share some of his secret family recipes. I appreciate the ready-made potions, of course, but I do like to brew my own when I can.
I sometimes stop into Madame Snelling's just to see how Calliope has done her hair that
Muggles
day.
have made life hard for us since the dawn
brilliantly
of time.
creative, although possibly somewhat impractical.
If only I could invent a new potion, something indispensable. I'd be set for life.
I know.
Not to worry.
Revelio
I like
certainly
baking.
never revealed the charm
Because
of
she
my
refuses
potions,
to part with
Professor,
them.
back when I was at school.
If something threatens me, first thing I cast is Protego. Far back as I can recall, everyone in my
Prepare
family has
them,
been
save
clumsy
me
as an
more
ox.
broken glasses
And my
of my
sister's
chair to
children are no
count.
exception. First thing I taught them was how to brew Wiggenweld potion. Good thing too.
I will say that I was relieved to have
When
our
I was
family
young,
out
I
about
used
when
to
I
work
was
with
younger.
unicorns.
Getting
It
from
was
having
a
to clear the
weird task.
doxies from the curtains each spring.
Those of us who were raised properly can pick up after ourselves. We don't need a house elf to do it.
Not saying I don't cast the odd cleaning spell when no one's looking.
Those of us who were raised properly can pick up after ourselves. We don't need a house elf to do it.
Goblins have been running Gringotts since its bricks were laid.
Far back as I can recall, everyone in my family's been clumsy as an ox, and my sister's
will
children
there
are no
ever be another
exception.
with this
First thing I taught them was how to brew Wiggenweld potion. Good thing too. I dare say the most charming thing about Hogsmeade is its distinct lack of muggles.
Expelliarmus can disarm a dark wizard, no doubt. But then what? Fleeing?
Simply horrible, the things I've heard muggles do to women they think are witches.
Wonder how I get on working as a referee for professional Quidditch matches. It's in my blood, you know. My mother's family comes from just outside Quidditch.
spout Hogsmeade's been minister for so long, I don't remember who came before him.
Oh, I don't think anyone at the ministry works a day in their life.
Not saying I don't cast the odd cleaning spell when no one's looking.
When I was younger.
Those who think Avada Kedavra could be used for good belong in Azkaban. Not a day goes by I don't use something I didn't learn at Hogwarts.
My neighbour's oldest boy is taken to howling at the moon at night. She insists it's a stage he's going through, but I shall be keeping my distance, I can tell you that. Not a day goes by I don't wish I'd paid better attention in defence against the dark arts. The world needs talented aurors now more than ever.
The work it takes to keep a clean house is staggering, even with magic.
My first employment was at Honeyduke's. Stock
For
girl
all
I
we
was.
talk about them,
I did put on a
honestly
bit of
can't
weight,
remember the
though.
last time I spoke to them.
We could use a few more house elves in my house.
My mother used to threaten us with sleeping draft in our butterbeer if we didn't behave. Don't know when students began arriving on flying carriage to Hogwarts, but after that dragon attack, I'd wager they'll stick to boats and trains. Centaurs have never had much use for a wizard kind, have they?
Dark wizards are greedier than nifflers and meaner than trolls. I do wish Pippin would share some of his secret family recipes.
Seem quite
I
pleasant.
appreciate the ready-made potions, of course.
constant
But I do like to brew me own when I can. Tempting to simply go and live amongst the muggles for a change.
I so enjoy chatting to Tommy down, but I'll never understand his fixation with muggle
That's
Christmas
what the
carols.
authorities are for, they
Perhaps
say.
it's the antiquated
Try
language that
finding one.
fascinates him, or the melodious dims.
Never can decide where to go for a butterbeer. The Hog's Head
Dark
or
wizards
the
are
Three
greedier
Brothers.
than
I did
nifflers
Professor
and
Weasley
meaner
in
than
Village
trolls.
recently.
Or
She was
it's
stopping by
always a
town
treat to see Serona, so the Three
I'd imagine
Brothers
she was
usually
organising
wins out.
spellcraft for some of the new students.
I will say that I was relieved to have our family elf about when I was younger. Kept me from having to
I
play the
don't
dog
really
scene
see
from the
any of the
curtains
Hogwarts
each spring.
professors about the village. Do you? Perhaps they need a reprieve from the students as much as the students do from them.
When I was a student at Hogwarts, my favourite class was astronomy. Kept having to tell my mother that it wasn't the same as astrology.
Well, she was very disappointed when I couldn't help her with a horoscope.
The only thing Hogsmeade's lacking is its own Quidditch team. I sometimes stop into Madame Snelling's just to see how Calliope has done her hair that day. She's brilliantly
Oh, Spouter's
creative.
Spavvin's been
Though
minister for so
possibly
long, I
somewhat
don't remember who came
impractical.
before him.
Augustus Hill has such tact. Just
Wingardium
the other day, I
Leviosa
heard him
looks like
talking a
what
woman
I
out of a
always
hat
say.
that would have most certainly brought out all
thought
of the
the
black
worst
vein,
thing
as in Phineas Knight,
Good
jealous
fire.
Blackton decapitates their house elves. What a cruel family.
Not a day goes by I don't use something I didn't learn at
Hasn't been
Hogwarts.
anyone as bad
My
as Barnabas
Hogwarts
Devlin in a
uniform
while,
still
has there?
fits.
Good ancestry, that is.
do trust Augustus Hill's eye when it comes to fashion, truly. But I do wonder if he doesn't try to oversell it.
Reparo will save
I
me
left
more
Blackrock
broken
last week
glasses
with
than my
40
care
hats
to
when I only
have.
went in
Give
for
her a
3.
spell to keep my mother-in-law from visiting every week. Oh, and the sweet she brings. It's a wonder they've a tooth left in their heads.
Oh, will there ever be another wizard as peculiar as Uric the Oddball?
I'm not sure muggles appreciate how simple their lives are. Ironic, really.
Boggles the mind that hundreds of us have run at the wall at King's Cross to get to platform 9 3/4, yet nary a muggle seems to notice.
My appearance doesn't need the assistance of charms. I have a natural glow.
Myself, I've never been comfortable being waited on by anyone.
Can't imagine
let
how
alone an
muggles get
elf
by
with no
without
choice in
magic.
the matter.
Almost makes me feel a bit guilty.
We've got dark wizards
If it
these
thinks
days
it's
that
got
make
half a
Emmerich
chance,
the evil
a
look like
werewolf would be
Hugh
on
the
you like
oddball.
Botrocles to Doxiops.
I do wish Pippin would share some of his secret family recipes. I appreciate the ready-made potions, of course, but I do like to brew my own when I can.
When I was a student at Hogwarts, my favourite class was astronomy. Kept having to tell my mother that it wasn't the
We're
same
witches
as
and
astrology.
wizards. We can conjure almost anything we
Hmm.
need
I
whilst
couldn't
barely
help her with
lifting a finger.
horoscope. There's nowhere like Zonko's divine gifts. Brothers, all themselves.
If it thinks it's got half a chance, a werewolf would be on you like Botrocles to Doxiops.
Tried to have a chat with Ellie Peck the other day. Needed some mooncast spell. Very nice young lady. Could I get her to stop talking about woofers and
Glad
gears?
to live in Hogsmeade and not one of those provincial hamlets. That rivalry between Upper and Lower Hogsfield is the silliest thing I've ever seen. They're both utterly dreadful.
I dare say the most charming thing about Hogsmeade is its distinct lack
You
of
don't ever
muggles.
want to find yourself in the pocket of one who knows the Cruciatus curse.
Revelio certainly never revealed the charm of my potions, Professor, back when I was at school.
I'd say the new Hogwarts caretaker certainly thinks highly of himself. Have you seen this season? Also seems to enjoy more than a dram of fire. I think I might have to get one of each.
My appearance doesn't need the assistance of charms. I have a natural glow.
You'd think knowing spells was you don't ever want to find yourself in the pocket of one who knows the Cruciatus curse.
I think we can all agree that what muggles lack in magical ability, they make up for in tea. Oh, great, specifically.
My eldest
Phantoms
son
of
has never
Luton
had
and
much
Wishes
voice
will
that
visit
lives with
kind,
my
have
sister.
they?
I've nothing against it, mind, but I told him to
I'm
make
sure
sure
he's
to look
few
for
dances.
himself and not his magic.
Did I see Otto Dibble from Gladrags looking smitten with Rosie Hill the other day? My appearance doesn't need the assistance
one
of
Rick
charms.
Augustus knows
I
his
have a
work is
natural
sweet on his
glow.
daughter.
I'm forever at the Three Broomsticks, I am. I enjoy a nice beverage. I find myself still there hours later chatting away to Serona.
Decapitating their house elves.
What a cruel family.
I told my nieces I'd leave my grandmother's silver cauldron to whichever one of them looked after me in my old age. They've each taken to checking in on me weekly, which is very nice, of course.
If I thought I could
Not a
compete
fan
with
of the
Sir Owner, I'd
Hogsmeade
open
myself.
my own pub in
Shady lot
Hogsmeade.
lurking about most
On
of the
second
time.
thought, I'd rather be the one drinking the fire whiskey than pouring it.
I've always thought that if the
Practices
four
of the
founders
dark
had got on
arts should
better,
stick to fighting
Hogwarts
amongst
wouldn't have
themselves.
prospered. I've always thought that if the four founders had got on better, does make for an exciting Quidditch
Such
season.
intense house rivalries, one.
Still, does make for an exciting Quidditch season.
And there is one.
Goblins have been running Gringotts since
Did
his
you know
bricks
that
were
Al
laid.
Weeks has been designing his own brooms? Such an entrepreneur, that young man.
They don't seem to get along well, do they, muggles?
Did you know that Al Weeks has been designing his
Not
own
like
brooms?
wizard kind.
Such an
They
entrepreneur.
don't seem
more
to get
civilized.
along well, do they, muggles? So many rules. Not like wizard kind. We're far more civilized.
I miss the old Quidditch gold.
No one can charm a hairstyle like me. Smooth as a moon calf.
Oh, the work it takes to keep a clean house is staggering.
Listening to you lot go on about your magic
children makes me grateful for my loyal crop.
For all the faults most muggles I've met seem quite pleasant. Get simply tiring with
things
the
I've
kind
heard
of
muggles do to women with
other
evil
beings.
witches.
It's tempting to simply go and
I'm
live
forever
amongst
at
the
the Three
muggles for a
Brooms,
change.
I am. I enjoy a nice beverage. Then I find myself still there hours later chatting away to Serona. Lovely woman she is. But they'll learn eventually. For years my mother conjured anything my daughter wanted. Spoiled her rotten she did. Had a bit of a rude awakening her first days
Hollyjuice
at Hogwarts.
potion wants keeping
No one
away from
catering
today's
to
young,
her,
every
I'd say.
whim.
Anyone can run a shop if they inherited it.
When I need to replenish my herbology supplies, I go to
Those of
Timothy
us who were raised
Teasdale at the
properly
Magic
can
and
pick up after
Easier on my
ourselves.
nerves than
We don't
Dogwood
need a
and Death
household.
Cat to do it. Less poison and fewer spikes.
I'm not sure muggles appreciate how simple their lives are. Ironic, really.
Muggles have made life hard for us since the dawn of time.
I told my nieces I'd leave my grandmother's silver cauldron to whichever one of them looked after me in my old age. They've each taken to checking in on me weekly, which is very nice, of course, but I'd say it's a bit too soon.
I must
never
say,
can
I
decide where to go
admire
for a
Serona
butterbeer,
Ryan,
the
the way she
hogshead
welcomes all
or the
types
three
into the
broomsticks.
three
Both
broomsticks.
have their charms, to be
So
sure.
rare to see
Of course,
goblins
it's
and
always a
wizards
treat to see
socialising
Sharona,
together.
so the three
Makes a
broomsticks
nice
usually wins out.
change. I do trust Augustus Hill's art when it comes to fashion.
I simply pretended that someone had used Expelliarmus. But really, I'd
First thing
forgotten
I
to bring
cast is
it out
Protego.
with me.
If I thought I could compete with Serona, I'd open my own pub in Hogsmeade.
On second thought, I'd rather be the one drinking the fire whiskey than pouring it.
Did you know they call muggles no nudges in America? Just saying it out loud tickles me.
Wonder how I get on working as a referee for professional Quidditch matches. It's in my blood, you know. My mother's family comes from just outside Quidditch.
I'd say the new Hogwarts caretaker certainly thinks highly of himself, doesn't he? Also seems to enjoy more than a dram of fire whiskey.
Not a fan of the Hogshead in myself. Shady lot lurking about most of the time. I was taught that if you put in a good effort, you'll reap the rewards.
The only thing Hogsmeade's lacking is its own Quidditch team.
No one can charm a hairstyle like me. Smooth as a moon calf.
Far back as I can recall, everyone in my family's been clumsy as an ox. And my
Did you know
sisters
children
children
are
are no
no
exception.
magic
First
in
thing I
America?
taught them was how to brew wiggenweld
Just saying it
potion.
out loud tickles me too.
Myself a fire whiskey the minute I get home and bask in the glorious peace of a childless abode.
I think we can all agree that what Muggles lack in magical ability, they make up for in tea. Oh, great, specifically. Wingardium Leviosa. I'd rather scrape cauldrons and work with Muggles. I'd rather scrape cauldrons and work with Muggles. Oh, that's what the authorities are for, they say. Huh. Try finding one.
Did I see Otto Dibble from Gladrags looking smitten with Rosie Hill the other day? Wonder if Augustus knows his work is sweet on his daughter.
Good thing the ministry banned underage sorcery. Can't trust the young.
Thinks highly of himself, doesn't he? Also seems to enjoy more than a dram of fire whiskey.
Those that go to Azkaban never had a chance in the first place.
Never trust a man who looks too smart. That's what my mother always